What if everything you've been struggling with, self-sabotage, chronic stress, anxiety, emotional pain, wasn't a flaw, but a message calling you back to your true self? Welcome to Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Tracy, where we uncover the hidden causes of spiritual disconnection and guide you home to yourself. Tracy is a doctor of metaphysical psychology, spiritual mentor, energy healer, and your transformational guide. This show isn't just self-help, it's a sacred space to break free from the unseen forces keeping you stuck. You'll learn to decode the messages from your body, release fear, and activate your inner power. Healing requires action, and you don't have to do it alone. Get ready, because Self-Healing Codes starts now. Good, beautiful day, everyone, and welcome. I'm Tracy, your doctor of metaphysical psychology, and here in Self-Healing Codes, I do a metaphysical lesson, and then we shift into a download. Like a guided meditation, I'm going to download into your bioenergetic field the keys and the light codes that activate self-awareness without judgment. Today, in particular, we're going to be working with the energy of love. This is a big frequency. And so it is likely when I download it, it's going to land somewhere specific, and that may be a tiny bit uncomfortable. In most of our sessions, I download into your pineal, your ego mind, the transmitter and receiver of divine intelligence. We download into your heart, your soul's sacred space, where the 33 facets of awareness unlock. And we download into your biome, your body's brain, where every cell in your being is called to attention. But today we're going to do things a little different. As I ask Source to channel love into your divine field, we're going to move through your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bioenergetic fields. These are layers around your being designed to guide, teach, heal, and protect you. But most importantly, we're going to go into the chakras. We have 7 main chakras as human beings. And today we're going to introduce an 8th chakra, which isn't as commonly referred to or known by everyone. If you already have some chakra knowledge, this is going to be a simple, I've lost the word. Oh my goodness, I've lost the word. When you, oh man. An update. Let's do that. It's going to be a simple refresher. That was the word I was trying to figure out. A simple refresher. If you aren't familiar with the chakras, it's going to be a lesson, but don't try to remember anything at all. Just imagine that with each lesson, we're unlocking the particular chakra so that you can receive what you need. So first, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what love is as a metaphysical energy and as a human experience. Then I'm going to share with you each of the chakras. If you were with me last week, I introduced you to the 8 sacred wounds. These are the ancient wisdom that resides within our being, held by possibly up to 12 generations of trauma that have been helping us step into our power, but they've been long ignored. These 8 sacred wounds are called ghost in your own life, choked throat, the weight of being the strong one, the strange stirring, the silent ache, hunger for depth, being too much, and the lone circle. If you want to understand these more, and I hope that you do, because they will change the trajectory of the way that you're perceiving your reality, drop into my last session where I go into them in detail. But the reason I wanted to bring them up today as we're talking about love and we're refreshing what the chakras are is because each of these wounds reside within a chakra of your being. For many, we've been told that chakras are spiraling balls of energy, and without any study, it's almost impossible to understand what that means. Without any meditation or contemplation, it's impossible to know what that means. And so I'd like to suggest this to you. Your chakras are not just spiraling balls of energy. Your chakras are guides that have incarnated in every timeline, lifetime, and dimension that your soul comes to. And your soul chose this human being experience because it wanted to know more than just divine love. Love is the natural polarity of source. And when we chose to leave universal life force wisdom and become this singular being with a body that guides us through this experience, with a mind that is navigating and protecting us, we came here to learn, to have thoughts, to have feelings, and to have experiences. Love being one of the polarities. It is our positive polarity. It's what is referred to as the light. But because we live here in this third dimension, the natural law of polarity must exist. So if there is light, there must be shadow. Our light being called our love stories, the way that we align to our highest good and we manifest our reality from a place of being, doing, and having what we came to this timeline for. The opposite is our negative polarity. This is our fear stories, the triggers, the traumas, the generational angst that we've carried. And so if there is a space between divine love and generational trauma, this is where we are meant to learn. And so love is the catalyst. It is everything that we experience as light so that we also can experience its shadow partner. When the shadow arrives, we're triggered by some wound. The purpose of the wound is to guide us to level up in thoughts, feelings, experiences. And when we do, when we level up, our frequency and vibration arrives at this space of love. Love isn't a feeling, it isn't a thought, and it is not an experience. Love is who you are. So, with each lesson, often based in fear, you have two choices: get stuck in that fear and your frequency diminishes, or level up into that light and your power expands. This diminishing energy gets stuck in these chakras. And we have 7 main chakras and an eighth that I'm going to introduce you to. Our first chakra is crown. It's at the very top of our head. It's a little bit higher than above our head, and it goes to the center of our forehead and physically encompasses all of this part of our body. This is the energy of oneness. But when we're not in alignment with our true and authentic self, this guide activates to let us know through disconnection, isolation, and loneliness as either a thought, a feeling, or an experience. The 8 sacred wounds that is represented here is the first wound called the ghost in your own life. When you have the wound of invisibility, when you are controlled and compelled by loneliness, it is simply The crown chakra asking you to get out of the shadow, to shift your perspective to a space of love, to raise your frequency and vibration and get into alignment with your truth. This is true at third eye. The center of your forehead is an average space. For some people, it's a little higher. For some people, it's a little lower. Mine is right about here. So from this space to the soft part of your nose, including your eyes, your occipitals, the lower part of both hemispheres of your brain, this is where third eye chakra is managing the space of stories and illusions that control and compel you, and stories and illusions that empower you. When you're not in alignment with your truth, your thoughts are filled with doubt, with anger, with worry, with frustration, and with overwhelm. And this becomes our sacred guide, the hunger for depth. This is the wound of spiritual starvation. When we are not connected to divine intelligence and we are attached to or anchored to the collective, our vibration lowers and we are not feeding ourselves thoughts, feelings, or experiences that are of the highest good. So our soul craves intimacy when our mind craves numbness. The next chakra is throat. From the soft part of your nose to your clavicle, quite a large band of space. This is going to be the muscles of your jaw, your teeth, your thyroid, and your parathyroid, the cervical spine, and the top of your shoulders. So when you're experiencing physical sensations in any of these chakras, this is the guide trying to get your attention. Itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb. We've often been taught that throat chakra is about speaking your truth, but energy is our first language and it needs no words. So it's less about speaking our truth than it is being our truth. When your thoughts and words don't align with your actions and inactions, you are out of your alignment. You're not in your truth. And this particular sacred wound is called the choked throat. It's the wound of silence. It's where you leave things unspoken. Often this also interacts with third eye, where you start concocting what you should have said, what you should have done. But that unspoken truth creates imbalances in your physical being. Next, we have heart chakra. So from the clavicle to the sternum, just below the breast line where the ribs begin to meet, and this whole expanse of our body, including our arms and our hands, our shoulder blades, our breasts, our lungs and our heart, as well as our thoracic spine. When these body parts are speaking to us, itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb, I want you to imagine that this is the sacred wound of silent ache. When we're not in alignment with our truth, with our divine assignment, this energy at heart chakra moves out of love and light, the sacred energy of our soul, and it shifts into sadness, grief, and a perceived sense of loss of self. The silent ache is a mysterious series of pains, and it creates tenderness, often without any medical explanation. Again, this is going to be this entire part of your body. From your sternum, where your ribs meet, to just at the center of your belly button and that band of body all around, the skin, the thoracic spine, the kidneys, the adrenals, the liver, the upper digestive system. This is your solar chakra. When you're in alignment, this energy center supports self-love, esteem, and willpower. But when you're out of alignment, it's shame, unresolved anger, and lack. The sacred wound that holds space here and is always trying to communicate with you is the weight of being the strong one. We take on over responsibility and our body buckles under the weight. We cannot digest that unresolved anger. Next is our sacral chakra. From the belly button to the top of the pubic bone, again, banding around your whole body. This is going to be lumbar spine, moving into the S spine. It's going to be your psoas, your sacrum, your sciatica. It's going to be your lower digestive, your upper reproductive organs. These are all of the ways in which out of alignment shows up as guilt and blame. When you're in alignment, sacral chakra holds the space of creativity and passion. You can find a solution without any challenge. But when this sacred wound shows up, it's about being too much. You feel guilty for being too much. You feel like you need to blame others for the way that they stifle your energy. But the truth is, you fear your own power. From the pubic bone all the way down to the bottom of your feet and a little bit lower below that is your root chakra. Out of alignment, this is the fear of not being safe, secure, and supported. It's the disconnection from Mother Earth and your ancestral wisdom. But in alignment, it's knowing that you are safe, secure, and supported on this timeline, that your body is a sacred vessel that holds your soul, and your ego navigates the outside world because you're protected. This wound is called the lone circle. It too is a wound of isolation. When you are disconnected from your ancestral wisdom or your ancestral trauma, you aren't receiving valuable information for this timeline. And there is an eighth chakra. It sits just behind the back of your head, just behind throat chakra. It's called our stellar chakra, and it's like a bowl where divine intelligence channels information, and in that bowl rests the wisdom until the body is able to carry it and the soul can process it. The sacred wound here at stellar chakra is called the strange stirring. And it's a wound of energetic overwhelm. It surges and shakes and strange sensations. For people who are super sensitive to energy, it's often a ringing in the ears or a vibration in the jaw. These chakras are your guides. When your body is in sensation, itchy, scratchy, throbby, burny, tingly, numb, these guides are speaking to you. They're telling you what's out of alignment, but they're also sharing which wound is here to guide you. And in order to access these chakras, they must be cleansed and purified. In order to sit with and communicate with these sacred wounds, we must have a frequency and vibration of love. So what I'd like to do today with you is download love as a self-healing code, as a key that will unlock the language that is everyone's first language, energy. In unlocking our first language, we reconnect to our chakras. And in that reconnection, we can meet the 8 sacred wounds. For anyone who is really interested in this listening to the body and understanding these wounds, I invite you to join me in my membership called the Chamber of Frequency Integrity, where we intimately get to know each of these wounds and learn how to hold space in our own divine channel. So let's get started. Let's find a comfortable position where your ankles and knees are unbound. Your legs are spread as wide as you feel safe and comfortable, inviting ancestral wisdom up into your lower belly. Your hands are on your lap, palms facing up, as though you're going to receive something from divine intelligence channeled through the pineal, into the heart, down into the hands. Give yourself permission to experience receiving it. Your eyes are closed. You're giving yourself permission to be present in the moment. You're following my voice. As an energy worker, I'm asking permission to witness you in your truth as your soul wishes to be seen. And I ask permission to come into your bioenergetic field to deprogram any trauma that is blocking self-love as we channel a higher frequency and vibration within you. Let's find our breath by taking a deep, gentle inhalation through the nose, holding it for just a moment, calling every cell into being. On the exhale, you're softening your body from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. As an energy worker, I'm asking Source to channel the true frequency and vibration of love into your crown chakra. You are no longer invisible because love is embodied. Take a deep inhalation and receive that. On the exhale, bring your breath and awareness to your third eye, the center of your forehead. I ask Source to download the frequency and vibration of love into your third eye. You will no longer receive scraps of energy from the collective. Your wisdom comes directly from Source, from the most divine love possible. On the next exhalation, let's bring our breath and awareness to our throat, anywhere between our nose and our clavicle. As an energy worker, I'm asking Source to download the true frequency and vibration of love into your throat chakra. Speaking love as an identity instead of begging for approval has been received. On your next exhalation, as you drop into your heart center, take a deep, gentle breath and ask Source to download the true frequency and vibration of love into the center of your heart. This is where your body's longing is met through self-love, esteem, and willpower. You are love and you are light. Inhale to receive that, and as you exhale, you'll drop into solar chakra. As Source downloads the true frequency and vibration of love, you release the weight of being the strong one. You release sacrificing as a proof of worth. Inhale to receive that and drop into your sacral chakra between your belly button and your pubic bone. as Source downloads the true frequency and vibration of love into your sacral. You no longer think of yourself as too much or too little. You love unapologetically, and this fire burns within you. Inhale to receive that. On your next exhalation, you're going to breathe love into your root as Source downloads this true frequency and vibration. The lone circle dissolves. You are no longer in isolation. Love holds you. Mother Earth holds you. And divine intelligence holds you. Taking a deep breath in, aware that you have received exactly what you need today. Let us bring our hands to the center of our chest in prayer position, or one hand over the other, and let us give thanks. As the witness, I know this is so. We give thanks, we let it be so, and so it is. Beautiful. I look forward to being with you next week. Again, check out last episode to understand ghost, choked throat, weight of being the strong one, strange stirring, silent ache, hunger for depth, too much, and lone circle. If you have any questions, concerns, or ideas, you'll find me in my Facebook group, Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Tracy. Have a beautiful week.
You've been listening to the Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Tracy on Transformation Talk Radio. Join Dr. Tracy every first and third Friday at 9:30 Pacific for this portal of transformation, where truth is spoken, healing is activated, and souls remember who they truly are. Don't forget to subscribe and connect to her on Facebook at The Self-Healing Codes with Dr. Tracy. Ready to take the next step? Explore healing sessions, activations, certifications, and her daily spiritual practice membership at tracytrimble.ca. Heal, remember, rise. Your journey starts now.